right, how I sound? Should I give a shoot? She scores. Down the left side, over to Johnson. She shoots. She scores. All right, good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the 2025 Canadian Ring Edge Championships. Welcome to the Richcraft SensPlex. This is the first game in the consolation round here between the U19 and the U19AA division. This is the Eastern Ontario Force in the dark blue with the light blue and red trim. And down to the far end, Team Manitoba wearing gold and black. These two teams did face off way back on Monday, which feels like a long time ago. In game one of the round robin, a tight contest, a 2-1 win with a late goal from Team Manitoba. We are into single elimination land here, so the winner of this game moves on, the loser does not. Force coming off a 2-1 loss to the Alberta Zone 2 Blaze, who went undefeated in the round robin. Did not get a good check on Team Manitoba's travels. I believe they had a regulation win against the Force and then 4 losses, but both teams here ready to play. Minute to go in the warm-up. So the cheers are in, 10 minutes on the clock. First period about to get underway. The Force, as the visiting team here, finishing a tick lower in the round robin standings, will start with the Ring. And we'll start here with Megan Davis between the pipes. And that looks like Krang in goal for Team Manitoba. Underway here, period 1. Rooney off to Howard. Howard slides it in down low. Rooney giving chase here, not being pressured too much by Team Manitoba. She's up on the defensive side, leaves it for Claire Steins. Steins on the backhand has Bartow. Far side, Howard. Howard cuts down low, fires the backhand just wide. 6 to shoot now. Bartow gonna have to hurry, gets the shot away. Swallowed up there by Krang with a good catch. Drop down low, Howard. Looking for the check, and here comes Flynn Mantilla. Great move there by Tia. She rips it far side for Claire, just a little bit behind her. Claire cuts down to the middle, drops for Maya. Maya fires, handled there by Krang. Good shot there by Howard. Gonna take me a while to reacquaint myself with the names here on Team Manitoba. That one's bashed away from Bartow. Giving chase there is Hildebrand. Far side for Bartow. Bartow sneaks through the middle. Covered there by Lentowicz and Hildebrand. She gets it across to Escala. First line change of the day for the Force. Leptic takes the drop from Escala. Heads down low, she has 4 to shoot. Picked up there by McDonald. McDonald fires, does not get through, and the shot clock buzzer goes off. So all the way down for Krang. Leaves for Ginter. Ginter protecting the ring nicely there. Nudges it up there, I believe that's Keeler. Down low here for Richaud. Wilton now with it. Wilton cycling hard on the forehand, watch there by McDonald, Flynn Mantilla, and Power. Drop, that's gonna be stolen there by McDonald. McDonald gonna nudge it out for Flynn Mantilla, coming up with the defensive spot there. She's gonna leave, no, decides to fire the far side for Leptic. Leptic slowing it down, takes the cycle, defensive change here from the Force, and looks like line 3 coming out. No, that's line 1 again, there is Bartow. Bartow fires, scores! Pretty far shot there, way out past the halfway line of the face-off dot there, or the free pass dot, and Emily fires it into the net, middle high. Don't think Krang was expecting that shot. Don't think any of us thought it was coming, but Bartow gets the Force on the board. They lead it 1-0. Holmes takes the free pass. It's now into Lentowicz. Lentuich. And a quick shot there. Davis with the save, trying to bash away the rebound. It is put back into the crease. Megan pivots, turns, fires a long one out here for Rooney. Rooney up for Howard. Howard given some pressure there quickly by two Team Manitoba players in the middle for Bartow. Bartow leaves it there, puts it down inside for Howard, who can't squeeze it, but gets the rebound on the run around the net. 7 to shoot here for Maya Howard. Howard in the middle, fires a bullet just over the net. No shot, so a buzzer again for the shot clock. Maya came down right down Main Street there, put a hard shot just over the shoulder of Krang and over the net. Out in the middle for Radford. Radford moves it smartly to the far side. That was number 35. Page to Naismith. Naismith fires, doesn't get through. Escala now watching Naismith. Naismith leaves it for Sinclair. Sinclair whacked there by Salmon, and it's into the hands of Escala, who puts it down, puts a bit of a quick shot there on Megan Davis. Megan now leaves it down for Salmon. Salmon drops for Escala. Escala turns, pivots, in trouble here. What's right through the crease, it looked like. And that's baffed off the skate of O'Neill, who was not looking, heading off the other way. Gets the steal though. O'Neill trying to bust through here. Steals it back and tries to fight, gets pinned on the boards. A little bit of extra shove there from Sinclair. Sorry, that was, get the name right here. That was Bessignano. So Finley Hildebrand starts it off, puts it on the side for Lentuich. Lentuich has Bree Hildebrand in the middle. Hildebrand, Lentuich fired. Davis with the save, trying to find that ring. She does, leaves it there quickly for Escala. Sorry, that was Power. Back to Flynn Mantilla, who reverses the flow here. Fighting off the check from Lentuich. She reverses it again to Power. Power with a little bit of time here, but not a lot. She's going to put it out in the middle for Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla going to put down for Steins. Steins in the corner. Has Howard and Bartow on the flanks there. She fakes in the middle, shoots, does not get it through. Taken there by Hildebrand, I think. Can't see from here, and narrowly avoiding the trip there with Steins. Radford rips it in for Lentuich. A little far for her. Hill trying to slap that wing away. Rooney now bats it away. Close to a too many player violation there, but a little bit of miscommunication there at the door for Team Manitoba. Wilton, no shot, or fires it anyway. Good shot there. Handled there by Davis. Bartow trying to sneak into that ring, but can't grab it. Here goes Rooney chasing for Richaud. Richaud has it, nicely covers, and that's on the far side for Lentuich. Shoots, blocked by Hill. Into the hands of Emily Bartow. Bartow gonna sling it up for Kate McDonald. Kate puts it in, nicely there for Rooney. Rooney on the forehand cycle is gonna leave it for Howard, but 4 in, I think, is the call, if I'm not mistaken. Kate going in just a hair too early there, when didn't wait for Rooney to clear. 5.5 into period 1. Lone goal by Emily Bartow. The difference here, it is 1-0. I believe that is Ginter into Lentuich. Lentuich leaves. Far side here for Wilton. Wilton fires and scores! Megan, no clue where that ring was, did not see it at all. Surprised to find it behind her in the net. Believe that was off the stick of Taylor Wilton. And Team Manitoba draws even. We're tied at 1. McDonald fires it in there, but a little hot there for Leptic to handle. McFarland charges in looking for the ring, but can't squeeze it. Into the hands of number 31, Keeler. Keeler runs into Escala and her own player. Leptic forcing that. That one's carried over maybe, but packed away, and that's going to be touched both sides there by Keeler, who was just fighting to keep it alive. Flynn Mantilla back to Howard. Howard sneaks a nice one in there for Flynn Mantilla. She fires it far side for Steins. Steins turns in. Quick shot there, handled by Krang. Good save on a quick shot from Claire Steins. Good check in there by Claire. And it's fired out past Bartow. That is, I think, Naismith. Naismith kind of gives it to Howard. Here comes Flynn Mantilla coming up from the low spot there, and that's going to be taken by Sinclair. Sinclair has it into Radford. Down low. Sorry, that was Naismith. Naismith looking for Bessignano. Flynn Mantilla fires it loose into the neutral zone. Hildebrand quickly into Naismith. Naismith to Finley Hildebrand. Turns backhands wild over the net. Bree Hildebrand now with the ring. Sneaks it down low. Flynn Mantilla puts it into the crease and is shoved. And Lentowicz just pushed Flynn Mantilla right over into the crease there. But they will retain possession with Flynn Mantilla in the crease. And looks like a penalty is being called here. I was looking at one official, maybe that was called by the other one. So I believe that penalty is to Lentowicz. So O'Neill, Salmon, and Muller out now. And fired quickly over, looking for Salmon. It was O'Neill. She got it through, but a little hot for Salmon to handle there. She goes in the middle, back to O'Neill. Just a bit out of her reach. O'Neill slides it into Muller. Muller fires. It just goes over the net. Picked up by O'Neill behind. New clock here for the Force. O'Neill leaves it for Salmon. Salmon tries to sneak it through. O'Neill has it on the backhand, but can't pull the trigger. Muller has it. And fired loose into the Bree Hildebrand. Hildebrand fires it up. Manitoba quick on the transition. Muller bats it back over the blue line. Bree Hildebrand puts it out into the neutral zone. Picked up there by O'Neill. O'Neill back for Hill. Hill fires it into the loose corner here for Salmon. Salmon hammered there by Bree Hildebrand. O'Neill trying to fight Hildebrand with it, and she does nudge it free into the hands of Rooney. Rooney, far side for Salmon. Salmon has it over the blue line. Far side has Bartow. Bartow has Howard on the outside, turns, fakes, fires the forehand to Howard. Howard backhand, nowhere near the net there. 7 seconds to shoot here for Bartow. Bartow cuts to the inside, fires, doesn't get it through. Howard trying to pull the trigger, but goalie Ring, looks like maybe Finley Hildebrand had possession, but clock not reset. Buzzer goes away, and it is goalie Ring. Fired out in the neutral zone for Richaud with a good stab. Richaud checked there by Claire Steins, and Richaud touches it on the wrong side of the blue line. Nicely picked up there by Howard. Howard fires it far side for Escala. Escala fights it off the boards a little bit. Fires it out in the middle. That's stolen by Richaud. Richaud taking her time. Change coming here for Team Manitoba. Fired in. That is number 18, Wilton. Wilton back to Keeler. Keeler back to Wilton. Wilton now cycling on the forehand, watched by Escala. Far side, looked like Richaud was locked and loaded to pull the trigger on that one, but got through her. She puts one on to Davis. Escala fighting with a little bit behind, rips it on the far side here for Dobson Takoff. Dobson Takoff nudges up nicely there for McDonald. McDonald has Sierra. McFarland down low. McFarland swarm there. Penalty coming to Team Manitoba, it looks like. I think, can't see who that was from the distance here, but that will be another penalty. 32 seconds to go in the period. That is Keeler heading off for 2 or less. So Steins, Bartow, and Maya Howard have a shot clock +2 to see what they can do before the end of this first period. Another tight contest between these two teams here. In the middle for Bartow. Bartow leaves for Howard. Howard cuts to the inside, has it taken. excuse me. Up here for Power. Power takes her player into the boards, and Lentowich holding the shoulder there. That was a tough hit on the boards. And Power will sit for 2 or less now on the body check. Looks like Lentowich is in a bit of discomfort there. Hopefully she'll be okay.
Penalty to Eastern Ontario Force to number 5, Sasha Power. 2 minutes for body contact. Time 13 seconds. La punition à l'équipe de l'Ontario pour numéro 5, Sasha Power. 2 minutes pour mise en échec.
So Lentowich gets up there. Looks like she's still in a bit of discomfort there, being careful with the shoulder. Hopefully she'll be okay. Holding the shoulder at a bit of a tough angle there. So with the penalty to Power, the ring will come down here into the force zone here. It is just 13.8 seconds, so shot clock will not go off or will not start. Hildebrand shoots and scores, fires it in the short side over the glove. And a quick strike there puts Team Manitoba up 2-1. Still 10 seconds here now for the Force, only 3 seconds off the clock on that play. A quick snap to the top corner. Rooney gonna have to move this quickly. Puts it into the hands of Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla into Howard. Howard down to under the 4-second mark. Cuts to the inside. Tries to sling it backhand. Doesn't like it. And that'll do it for period number 1. So, 4 strike early, but 2 goals later in the period by Team Manitoba, and they lead it 2-1 after 1. Time for a little sponsor mention here. Thank you to the sponsors, volunteers, and many others in their support, both in time and financial, to help make this event a success. Key sponsors include the Government of Canada, Gatorade, Athena Ringette, Ringjet, TELUS, and Event Connect. A few more sponsors, shout-outs coming your way between the other periods. Some 4-on-4 ringette still coming your way now. 1:28 to go in the penalty to Lentowich. 1:47 on the penalty to Power. Here comes Holmes. Slides it to the right side to Page. Page nudges over for Holmes. Holmes leaves it there. That is Hildebrand. Hildebrand leaves it, cuts to the inside, and down she goes. Looks like Davis playing the advantage there on the crease violation from, I think that was Hildebrand. Flynn Mantilla fires up. Bartow with a tremendous stab behind her. Has Howard in here on the far side. Bartow gonna nudge it in there for Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla to the backhand, fires it wide, and retrieves her own rebound. Far side for Bartow. Bartow fires a shot and scores! Puts it into the top corner of the blocker side. A good hard shot there from Emily, and 45 seconds into period 2, we are back in a 2-2 tie. Ball slings it to Radford. Radford gains the zone. This is number 23, Ava Sinclair. Sinclair far side for Bessignano. Bessignano cycling on the forehand. Watch there by Salmon. Bessignano turns, fires, does not get through. Flynn Mantilla with the block. 5 to shoot now for Bessignano. She turns to the backhand, fires a wild one over the net. Picked up by Dobson Takoff. Dobson Takoff under a bit of duress there as fires it up for Salmon. Salmon grabs the ring. Dobson Takoff dusts herself off and fires it over the blue line, gets it back. She's got a little room here. Here comes Kira. Goes to the forehand, backhand, and just slings it through, kicks it back into the crease. Looks like that'll be force ring. Good drive there from Dobson Takoff, but some solid D from Team Manitoba. Radford, Ball, and company not letting her take the free shot. Flynn Mantilla jumps to take the ring. Still some 4-on-4ing it. No, Team Manitoba's penalty is over. 7 seconds to go in the penalty to Power. Bartow slings it down low for Flynn Mantilla. She turns the backhand, scores! Tia finds the opening just over the short side shoulder with a quick spin. Tia Flynn Mantilla with a seeing eye shot there. Muller and Bartow should draw the 2 assists. And just like that, a minute 48 into period 2, 2 quick goals from the Force, and they now lead it 3-2. Page nudges it, hits it to the far side. That's going to be stolen there. That was almost stolen by Flynn Mantilla into the middle for number 15. Fires it just off the outside of the post. That was Lentowicz. Puts a good shot in there. Hildebrand in the corner. Slings it back down low behind her. Now it's picked up by Lentowicz on the side off the ricochet from Finley Hildebrand. Step in, fire, and Davis with the save. Davis batting away at the rebound. Going to be goalie Ring. Davis fakes the drop. Rips it out far side here for Rooney. Rooney being watched there by Bree Hildebrand. Out into the zone here for Leptic, and that's bashed away. Number 35 on the run. Number 4, Bree Hildebrand, not giving up on that one, but fires that shot. Looked like she was down and out. Bold over here on the far side for Bartow. Bartow slings it up looking for Steins, but that's stolen very quickly there by Ava Sinclair. Sinclair into Bree Hildebrand, back to Sinclair. She misses the stab, but into the hands of Lentowicz, fires it wide. Bree Hildebrand cycling, looking for support. Fires the back pass, but stolen by Kate McDonald. McDonald in trouble here now. Has to move this ring here. Has 3 Team Manitoba players on her. Drops it off for Hill. Hill fights Hildebrand with it, and that's going to be Team Manitoba ring. This is started off by Sinclair. Sinclair to Richaud. That shot right on now. That was by, I think, Hildebrand. Can't see him a little far the distance side here. Stepping up there was Escala. Escala fighting for the ring here. Team Manitoba players comes out of it. Shot down low. Here's number 13, Richaud. Davis way outside the crease there to block that one. Big challenge there from the goaltender. Dobson Takeoff. Good defensive position here with McDonald. Richaud slides it down. Change coming here for Team Manitoba, I believe. On is Finley. Hildebrand. She cuts into the backhand, fired, and Davis swallows that one up. Not sure where it is here. Might be looking for a change. No, Dobson fires it down to Dobson Takeoff. Dobson Takeoff up on the side here to Escala. Escala fires it out, looking for McFarland. McFarland slings it over. It's batted away there by Leptic. McFarland now with it into the middle. Down low there for McDonald. Good play there by Sierra. McDonald out past the ring at line. Just 3 to shoot here. She's going to have to get this away. Fires, but right into ball. The buzzer goes off for the shot clock violation. Krang leaves it for Radford. Radford immediately attacked there by Leptic. McFarland now slides it back for McDonald. McDonald. Leptic off on the change here. Here comes Barteau. Emily fakes the shot, turns away. Howard coming in. Emily slings it back behind her. Howard fires a hard one, and Howard tries to fire it in the side door there, gets her own rebound. New clock here for this line. Steins, Barteau, and Howard. Howard fires it far side for Barteau. Barteau turns, fires, puts it wide. All kinds of pressure here from the force. Howard slings one, gets through the legs of Krang, but squirts to the outside. Got away with one there. Krang not sure where the ring is, looking the wrong way there. Howard fires, not through the legs of Keeler. Keeler kicks that one away. Steins and Barteau fighting for it. Looks like Keeler might have stood on it. Barteau turns, finds some room, backs for Howard. Howard shoots, it's blocked by Keeler. Keeler slings it on the far side here for Ginter. Ginter watched there by Claire Steins, fires it out in the neutral zone for Brie Hildebrand. Been solid on those stabs so far. Hildebrand, lots of fakes, turning, rips it into the middle. It's gonna be right through, but not grabbed cleanly there by Barteau. So that, I think, is Lentowicz. Fired on the net. Lentowicz has the rebound. Trouble here. Way out is Megan Davis, and shot clock goes off, but no whistle. Player's kind of still playing. Looks like it's going to be goalie ring. Team Manitoba not real happy. Looks like there was a shot there. Probably should have been a reset, I believe. This ring may end up in the hands of Team Manitoba. Oh no, it's going to be the low free pass here in the defensive zone here for the Force. Flynn Mantilla gonna put it up there, looking for power. It's not going to get over the line. Gonna be stolen. Slung far side to Brie Hildebrand. Hildebrand turns, fires, kicked out there by Davis into the hands of Flynn Mantilla. She circles around the net, watched there by Lentowicz. Flynn Mantilla now in trouble here a little bit. Falls, taken down there, or falls, not sure which. Hildebrand, O'Neill steps in there from the forward spot to cover the D center position there nicely. Here comes Flynn Mantilla. She fires it up to O'Neill. O'Neill slings it up there for Muller. Muller back to O'Neill. O'Neill fires, doesn't get it through. Hits a couple of bodies. Muller there with a good hard check there, and she steals the ring. Great job there by Denis. Denis now fakes the drop, far side for Salmon. Salmon's got some room, shoots, scores! Great job there by Muller on the fake, puts it over, and Salmon had some room, makes no mistake, over the blocker side. And the Force extend the lead to 2. 7-11 into period 2. The Force score their 4th of the day. Page fires it just underneath Hildebrand, and it's stolen by Howard. Howard, far side for Rooney, just over the blue line. Rooney has Bartow streaking down the middle. Bartow turns, fires just over the net. Hard shot there, and a ring as flat as a pancake there, and the laser taken by Emily Bartow. Here comes Maya Howard. She drops, fakes the drop, has no room tries to slide it down to Steins. Taken there by number 14, Holmes, and stolen back by Steins. Bartow now with it. Fires looking for Howard. It's kicked back into the hands of Hildebrand. Hildebrand out in the middle. Little give and go there from Hildebrand and Wilton. Hildebrand in for Wilton, gonna be stolen by Emily. Bartow slides it for Rooney. Rooney, far side for McDonald. McDonald cuts to the middle, fires looking for Claire, doesn't see Steins, or sees her but doesn't get her to the ring. Here comes McDonald there, slides it back for Leptic. Sneaky little pass there from McDonald. Leptic on the far side there with McFarland coming in. Leptic fires the backhand just over the net. 2 to shoot for McDonald, gonna have to hurry, gets the shot away. Great defensive positioning there by Ball, who seems to be able to step in front of those shots from McDonald. Krang fakes, quick break out here to Ball. Ball with a quick move over McDonald. Fires it up, but stolen by Flynn Mantilla and put right back in here. McFarland doesn't have the lane, keeps moving. Fakes, leaves for McDonald. A little late there. McDonald steps in, almost had the inside scoop there, but leaves it for Leptic. Leptic cuts to the inside with a hard move. McFarland picks up the rebound, shoots. Team Manitoba in the crease there, Sinclair, and that'll be ring for the Force. Minute to go in period 2. The Force lead Team Manitoba here 4-2. Bartow leaves it for Howard. Howard down to Bartow. A little bit too low for action down there, so Emily takes it out. Fires a shot. Krang up to the test there. It was a little bit blocked. Oh, almost picked off there by Howard with the hand. Radford rips it out. Bessignano with a good stab coming back. She leaves it for Radford. Radford fires it over the far side there, but looks like Power maybe going to take this, or is that Escala? I think that's Escala. Escala up to Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla just not enough mustard on that one to Steins, and it's stolen by Bessignano. Bessignano into the middle for Finley Hildebrand. Hildebrand looking for Naismith. Flynn Mantilla with the steal. Howard now has it, just 10 seconds to go. Far side for Bartow. She's down to 6 seconds. Far side for Howard. 3 to shoot here for Maya. She's gonna have to get this away quick. Dan fires, gets the shot away, but had to navigate Hildebrand and Radford. And that'll do it for the first half of Ringette. 3 goals from the Force in that period, and they lead it 4-2. That last one, a bullet off the stick of Christina Salmon. All right, more sponsor mention time. Again, thank you to all the sponsors and volunteers who have made this event a great success. Tons of fans in this rink, and the one I can see through the window to my left. London taking on Lac St. Louis here, I think, at the U19AA division as well. Lots of great ringette down here at Richcraft, SensPlex, and Ray Friel. So, event sponsors, shout out and thank you to Ottawa Tourism, Province of Ontario, City of Ottawa Ringette Association, Surgeoner, Hertz, Lug, Commissionaires, Ottawa Senators Foundation, and the Heart and Stroke Foundation. As you may have heard me say in previous broadcasts, this event boasts nearly 1,000 athletes, 200 coaches, more than 50 officials, and takes hundreds of volunteers and lots of sponsor dollars to get working and run well. Been a fun week so far. Both these teams hoping it continues. 20 minutes of ringette left to go. One moves on, one goes home. Looks like Davis remains in net And looks like we have a goalie change. Ariel McPeak in now for Team Manitoba. And I can't be sure that she wasn't in before, but I believe Krang was down to my right here for that first 2 periods. Howard in there, and Flynn Mantilla tries to get it through, but it's stolen there by Sinclair. Sinclair fires it up. Hildebrand, and that's tapped by Claire Steins back over the blue line. Ginter slides it up quickly, and she gets the return pass from Keeler, and that is Emma Ginter. Ginter has Lentowicz in the middle. Here comes a pick from Lentowicz, I think. Fired low down to Bree Hildebrand. She can't corral it. Being watched there by Flynn Mantilla, and the shot clock expires. Davis fakes the drop, bowls it down for Bartow. Bartow fires it up for Rooney. Rooney rips it far side, has Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla looking for her second of the day. Leaves it for Steins. Excuse me, folks. Steins far side to Bartow. Bartow trying to go back to Howard. Howard steps in down to Steins. Steins shoots, just puts it wide. Quick trigger pull there by Steins with a good shot. Richaud far side. That is Ginter. Ginter into Richaud. Richaud turned away there by Dobson Takoff. Late pick there from Finley Hildebrand. Far side here, Dobson Takoff turns it over or gets the turnover. She's looking for some help. Slides it through, looking for Bartow, but taken by Finley Hildebrand. Hildebrand looking for Wilton. Big check in there on Richaud was Bartow. Escala circles the net, watched by Finley Hildebrand. Almost gives it away, trying to get it free. Does get it free here into the hands of Danny Muller. Muller fires it into Salmon. Salmon back to Muller. Muller shoots down. Oh, just a hard pass for Salmon. Salmon leaves it for O'Neill. O'Neill cuts to the inside, goes to the backhand, shoots, tries to put it up high and short side on McPeak. Gets a good shot away on the pivot from Matteo. Muller and O'Neill checking. It is out to the neutral zone. That is Hildebrand. Hildebrand moves it up quickly. That is Sinclair. Sinclair with a quick spin there, watched by Salmon. Flynn Mantilla with the steal. She's going to nudge it up for O'Neill. O'Neill, not sure about this one. Going to put it up here for Power. Good play, patience by O'Neill, not forcing that one. Power on the forehand cycle here, leaves it for Bartow. Bartow drops for Howard. Howard back to Bartow, bit of a bullet. 7 to shoot for Emily. She does fire right off the mask of McPeak. Force retained possession and a new shot clock. 3 minutes and 6 seconds into period 3. Still 4-2, no scoring in this second half yet. Howard shoots right off the shoulder of McPeak into the corner for Steins. Steins drops down to Bartow. No angle there. She rips a pass through the middle to Steins. Tough to handle that one. Bessignano on a charge from the high forward spot with a great stab. She was flying. Radford trying to find help there. Has it swiped away by Steins. Steins still checking in the neutral zone. Hard work there from Steins, and it's fired down low. This is Naismith. Naismith back to Hildebrand's shot and just off the stick. Now Hill in the corner here. Gonna have to move this quickly on Bessignano. Hill has it taken by Bessignano. Bessignano watched there by Bartow and Hill. Backed off to Naismith to Hildebrand. Down low here for Bessignano. Bessignano bodied there nicely by Bartow, and Rooney jumps on the loose ring. Looks like a 4-in maybe. Lentowich on the side to Bree Hildebrand. Hildebrand, quick move in that ring back and forth. Fakes. We're getting a record number of fakes there coming from Bree Hildebrand. Leptic jumps on the loose ring. Leptic looking for help here. He's going to nudge it over to Dobson-Takoff. Dobson-Takoff puts it in hard, but a little too quick for McFarland. But McFarland with a good track there in the corner. Gets there first. Cuts to the inside. Leaves it for McDonald. McDonald fires low post. Looking there for Leptic. It is right in the crease there. I'm not sure. It looks like goalie ring might be the call. No, it will be ring to the force. Not sure what happened there. Lots of bodies in front of me. Nearing the halfway point of period 3, Leptic, they shoot this, strings it low, just gets tipped there. Sierra McFarland there locked and loaded for the quick shot. McFarland faking, leaves for McDonald. McDonald cuts, has some room, loses her balance there, but regains it. Still 10 to shoot here for Kate. She cuts to the inside, goes to the backhand, fires it on the far side for Leptic. Kicked out. That's going to be a turnover. Out in the middle of the Hildebrand, and good defensive play there by Escala. Stabbing it at the same time, basically, as Hildebrand. They both go down in a heap, and it'll be force ring at center ice. Flynn Mantilla drops for Howard. Howard rifles it in there for Steins, but it gets past Steins in the snow pile there. Steins looking to check, gets into the hands there, but that's into the middle there for Richaud. Richaud back to Holmes. Holmes has it knocked there by Steins. Oh, and Steins gonna go for 2 there, gets the stick caught into the arms of Page and hauls her down. So Steins will sit for 2 or less here on the hook or trip. It is 2 for tripping, 4:18 to play, period 3. Hildebrand will start this off. She has Wilton to her right and Richaud in the circle to the far left. Wilton drops for Richaud. Richaud steps in, goes to the backhand far side for Hildebrand. It's through her, and Flynn Mantilla and Hildebrand fighting with each other here. Hildebrand fires back for Richaud. Richaud looking for the inside, fires it off of the mask of Megan Davis, but somebody from the force in the crease, and it'll still be Team Manitoba ring. Hildebrand, far side. Hard shot there by 76. That was Naismith. Don't know if Davis really saw that one clean. Just kind of hit her right out of the crowd. Emily, far side for Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla nudges up. No, doesn't leave it for Leptic. Goes far side for Rooney. Rooney leaves it for Leptic. Out comes Salmon. Salmon gets the reset. It is into the crease there, shoveled back in by Sinclair. Out in the middle here comes Bessignano again with a great stab and pass. Number 35, Taylor Page, ripping in on the wrong side of Ava Sinclair, but picked up by Naismith. Naismith fires one wide. Sinclair picks it up in the corner. 7 to shoot now. Bessignano tries to turn. Good work there by Christina Salmon. That's going to be nudged into the crease, but crease violation again by the force. So Team Manitoba will retain, and they're going to send out a fresh 3. .246 to play, period 3. 26 seconds to go with the penalty to Claire Steins. Bree Hildebrand now slowly skating, swinging that record number of fakes, and to Finley Hildebrand. It is stopped by Davis. Davis fakes the drop and floats it out for Rooney. Rooney in a bit of trouble there. In trouble right in front of the net here is Rooney, taken there by Lintowich. Bree Hildebrand now fires it far side. Lintowich couldn't grab it. Rooney here down on her backside there. She's gonna have to get up quick there. Lintowich turns, it's gonna be taken by Escala. Salmon and Escala forming a good wall there, not letting Alyssa Lintowich into the triangle. 2 minutes to play now. The Force are back to full strength. Hildebrand fires, and it is just wide. Escala down behind the net in a heap, and that's fired off the shoulder of Megan Davis, and good work there by Rooney to just bat this thing out. Claire Stein's fresh out of the box here. Leaves it for Rooney. Rooney has Muller, puts it in for Stein. Steins cuts to the inside, goes to the backhand, shoots! McPeak there with the save. Looks like Steins might have gone in the crease. It is in for Finley Hildebrand. She leaves it for Richaud. Richaud fighting here with Bartow. Far side for, I think that is Wilton. It is into the corner now, into the hands of Ava Sinclair. Down low for Richaud. Richaud gets it in the middle, but the shot clock expires. Minute to go, period 3. Davis fakes the drop, bowls down for Bartow. Bartow slings it up for Dobson, Takoff. She's gonna fire it into the corner for Steins. 46 seconds to go. Period number 3. No scoring here in this period. Howard gets the reset, and it's gonna be picked up by, who is that? That is Ginter, I believe, with a great charge. Ginter on the move here all the way down low. Good speed there from Emma Ginter to Wilton, and fired. Sneaks past Davis, but wide of the net. Richaud, we are down to 20 seconds. There's 11 on the shot clock, so Team Manitoba is gonna have to put this on the net here. And good defense there by Flynn Mantilla, standing her ground. Flynn Mantilla gets that into the crease. That was in the crease, but a good play there by Finley Hildebrand. Never know if that wasn't on the crease. She would have had a great scoring opportunity. 6 seconds to go. Davis gonna wait and then just launch this thing, I think. And there she goes, puts it out of the zone, and that'll do it for period number 3. So no scoring in that period. Davis with a smart play to end it. All right, more sponsor mentions coming your way. On my list here are Booster Juice, Pro Physio and Sport Medicine Centers, ISI Live, and the gang at Ring Ed Live for broadcasting. Thank you for broadcasting all 150 games here at CRC 2025. Megan Peters Design, Melika Management Consulting, and Dom Sports. Thank you sponsors, volunteers, and everybody for making this such a great event. 10 minutes of ringette to go. The Force continue to lead this one 4-2, but we'll see all the stops pulled out in the final 10 minutes. Both these teams looking to stay alive and play tonight. I believe the next game for the winner will be around 6:45 tonight, likely against the loser of the Team New Brunswick, Team Nova Scotia game that is underway somewhere. Page rips it down deep. This is Bessignano. Bessignano skating hard, looking for an opening. Watched there by Flynn Mantilla, Bartow, and Rooney. That is, that is Naismith. Naismith cuts to the inside, slings it back to Bessignano. And it is down low there, and they shoot, and no goal. Looks like that was pulled out of the crease by, I think that was Finley Hildebrand with a nice play. She did score, but had maybe taken it out of the crease, left in behind the net for Bartow. Bartow now has the ring, cuts to the inside. Slings it up for Rooney. Rooney moves it in deep for Steins. Steins past the ring out line here in a little bit of duress. Cuts to the inside. Good move there by Claire. Fires it down low for Howard. 7 to shoot for Maya. Down to Claire. Claire puts it in for Kate. Different line combination here, seeing maybe a partial change happening. But Hildebrand puts it into Page. Page through the neutral zone. Whacked that by Steins, but it is into the hands of Ava Sinclair. She fires it wide. McDonald tracks down the loose ring in the corner. Into the middle for Leptic. Leptic down low for McDonald. McDonald leaves for Leptic. Leptic cuts to the inside, maybe had the corner, but takes her time. Leaves it for McDonald. McDonald fires far side, looking for McFarland. McFarland has 6 to shoot. Fires, knocked away there. That's McPeak. Strong play. Sierra digs that one out. Good play there by McFarland. Earning the ring back for the Force. Here comes McDonald through the zone. Leptic, far side for McFarland. McFarland, far side. Poppy can't grab it clean though. Leptic navigating here, leaves for McDonald. 8 to shoot for Kate. Kate fires it, the reset is given. That was pulled off the line by Ball. Maybe needed to wait another second, or a fraction of a second. So here comes Muller, O'Neill, and Salmon. O'Neill waiting for Salmon, can't find the opening, so elects to drop it for Muller. Here comes the low pick there, maybe a little bit on the low side by O'Neill, and down goes Salmon, but O'Neill picks it up in the corner. O'Neill cuts to the inside, no room, gonna cycle. She has Salmon, far side for Muller. Muller leaves, fakes the lead for O'Neill. Down low to Salmon. Salmon gets the big shot away, but wide of the net. 2 seconds to shoot for Muller. Shot clocked by, it's gonna be forced ring. That was touched by number 11, Finley Hildebrand. So Muller, O'Neill, and Salmon gonna be left out here for another run. 7:15 to go in the game. O'Neill slings it to Muller. Muller fakes the drop, far side to O'Neill. She can't stab it clean. O'Neill cuts down low and has it taken there by number 11, Hildebrand. Ginter into the hands of Hildebrand, but stolen there by Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla down in a heap, she fires it out. O'Neill grabs the rebound, or grabs the loose ring, puts it up for Muller, who might have carried that over the blue, drops to O'Neill. O'Neill fires, a good hard shot there, McPeak has it. Lentowicz into the middle for Bree Hildebrand. Bree Hildebrand back to Lentowicz. Lentowicz watched by Bartow and Flynn Mantilla. She's waiting for a change. Out here comes Sinclair and Richaud. Sinclair gets tied up there and stolen by Flynn Mantilla, who's been opportunistic all day here. Flynn Mantilla fires a hard one, but not to be stabbed there by Bartow. Howard watching number 23, Sinclair. She flings it deep. Bartow going to track down the ring first here and rips it far side for Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla fires a hard one, but Howard can't get there first. It's stolen by Holmes and put right back in. Richaud slides it down. Good solid D there. Escano, that's Power just trying to hold off. And it's tossed far side here for Claire Steins. Steins into McDonald. McDonald nudges ahead for Steins. Steins gets around Holmes. Little hold there. Crafty little hold there by Holmes. Holmes loses her stick. Using the hands there on Steins. Good effort there. Steins drops for McDonald. McDonald backhand off the crossbar. New clock here for Leptic and McDonald. And here comes McFarland. Skating hard. Poppy fires it far side for Kate. Kate trying to step in. Can't get it cleanly, but does fish out the rebound. Fighting with it with the official. McDonald slides it in for McFarland, who tries to pull the trigger. Leptic now has it. Turns to the forehand. Can't pull the trigger there. 10 seconds to shoot here for Poppy and the gang. Leptic cuts it to the inside. Back to McFarland. She tries to pull the trigger. Can't do it. Solid defense here from Team Manitoba, and it's turned over. Naismith with a great play to gain control. Page has it. Page puts it in for Bessignano. Watch there by Rooney. Leptic and McFarland trying to check Bessignano. There's 4:30 to play here. Bessignano into McDonald. McDonald with the steal. She is fighting here. Bessignano turns her away. McDonald needs to move the ring and does. Up on the far side here to Dobson Takoff. Fired in the middle to Bartow, but Ball with a good defensive play. Radford slings it far side, looking for Ball. Ball in. Might see McPeak here head to the bench at any time. Hildebrand, low for Naismith, stolen by Rooney. Rooney taken down. Fires it out there. Dobson Takoff working on her player. That is Bessignano. Bessignano muscles her way in, fires it off the skate of Bartow. 3:35 to go in period number 4. It is inside to Hildebrand. She puts the backhand on, but Davis knocks it to the side. Bree Hildebrand on the far side gets the pass from what I assume is her sister into the hands of Davis. Davis far side to Rooney. Rooney up to Claire Stein. Stein spins, turns, gets some freedom. Fires it down deep for Howard. Howard picks that one right out of the air. Howard cuts to the inside, fires, and goes right through the crease. Down goes Maya. Hopefully she's okay. Looks like she is. It's into the hands of Lentowicz. Far side for Ball. Under 3 to play. Ball now cycling, has Bree Hildebrand on the flank, puts it far side. Almost 4 in there, but good play from Sinclair not to go above the line. It's slung down low there. Believe that was Bree to Finley. No, that was number 15, Lentowicz. It is fired in the middle. O'Neill can't squeeze that one. Into Hildebrand. Fired, Davis with the save. It's batted back into the crease there by Escala. Left for Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla into the middle for Leptic. Leptic far side for Flynn Mantilla. 2 minutes to play. Flynn Mantilla guarding the ring here. Leaves it. Trouble there for Leptic. Leptic grabs the ring, fires it back to Flynn Mantilla. Flynn Mantilla cuts to the inside, has it taken, kicking it around is Flynn Mantilla, taken back by Leptic. A new clock here for the Force. Here comes Poppy. Down to 1:40. Left down in the corner for Bartow. Bartow fighting with Ginter. Turns, has some speed here. Bartow fires and blocked there by McPeak. McPeak fakes the pass, but then leaves it for Hildebrand. Hildebrand rips it out. That was number 13, Richaud, fighting with the Force defender there. I believe that was Sasha Power. Holmes to Hildebrand. Holmes. McPeak is off. On the bench, 4 coming your way here for Team Manitoba. That is Bessignano. Fires in the middle of Hildebrand. She steps in, and a shot clock violation from Team Manitoba. We are down to the final 50 seconds. 53 to go. Power up to Howard. Howard just flings it into the Team Manitoba zone. Watched here by McFarland. Taylor Page Slides it up to Ava Sinclair. Sinclair back to Paige. It is all the way through to Hildebrand. The forehand coming from Manitoba, and a good defensive play there by Salmon. Dobson Takoff fired into the neutral zone. McFarland bashes in their homes. We're down to the final 20 seconds. Hildebrand puts it in. Sorry, that is Bessignano. Bessignano fires wide. And Dobson Takoff grabs it and fires it down the ice. It's not going to have enough juice to get in, but does not matter. That will be the end of the game, and the Force hang on. Their final score here, Eastern Ontario Force 4, Team Manitoba 2. That is it here for this game. We will see you tonight somewhere around 6:45 for the next round, next game in the elimination or the consolation round. Thank you to all the sponsors, fans, and volunteers, and we'll see you at the next one. Final score here again, Force, Eastern Ontario Force 4, Team Manitoba 2.